How's it going, everyone? ND Sean 45 here. Now this week the Irish are on the road for the second consecutive week, and this week's matchup is against the Purdue Boilermakers in West Lafayette, Indiana at Ross-Ade Stadium. Now the last time we were at Ross-Ade Stadium, all us Irish fans remember this one. It was in 2009. Jimmy Clausen to Kyle Rudolph on a 4th and goal with 27 seconds left. We come away with the victory 24-21. So, hard to imagine it's been 2 years already. But anyway, fast forwarding to tomorrow night's game, to break down the Boilermakers briefly. They are currently 2-1 on the season. They're coming off a bye week, but the week before that, they had no problem taking care of Southeastern Missouri State, 59-0. Overall, they have a pretty solid offense, and very exceptionary on the run game. It has also been announced by head coach Danny Hope that he will be starting both quarterbacks, Turbush and backup quarterback Rob Marv. Now, the ratio of snaps between the two quarterbacks, I'm not sure on, but my bet would be that Caleb Turbush would get the majority of the snaps, considering the fact that he's been their go-to quarterback this year. Also, as I pointed out earlier, very exceptional run game. Two solid backs in Shavers and Golden. Don't know too much about their passing game, but their receivers seem, judging by the numbers, their receivers seem to be pretty solid. Now, us on the other hand, we're coming off a nail-biting 15-12 victory over Pittsburgh, and we currently stand at 2-2 on the season. Now, to break this game down, it's very simple in my eyes. I'm not worried about our defense. I'm not worried about our defense whatsoever, because 3 out of 4 games this year, they have been stellar. Obviously, the odd game out being against Michigan. We had some problems in that one. But since then, we have seemed to clean things up. So once again, defense I'm not worried about. I mean, despite the fact that Ross-Ade Stadium is going to be a ruckus crowd tomorrow night, it's a rivalry game. I see our defense being prepared for tomorrow night. It is our offense that has concerned me to this point. Now, I'm not concerned about us not being able to put up numbers, because we can put up numbers, no doubt about that. We are loaded with talent on offense. It's ridiculous. What concerns me is our inconsistency to do so. You know, mainly, as we all know, the turnovers. That has been the biggest negative story of this season, is 15 turnovers in 4 games. Unacceptable. Just obnoxious, absurd, any other adjective you can throw in there. Now, even last week at Pitt, you know, as I said in my Pitt preview or my Pitt recap video, a win is a win, and I will gladly take it. But I'm not disappointed at the victory. Don't get me wrong, but I was disappointed from the fact that we are so much better than that. Now, granted, after rewatching parts of that game, Pittsburgh was throwing some pretty good defensive schemes at us, and they really did a good job keeping Michael Floyd in check all game long. But still, and I said this in the recap video for last week, what really frustrated me the most is our offense wasn't playing to its full potential. And what really annoyed me the most was Brian Kelly kept going with these little bubble and dump screen passes over and over and over, especially in the first half. And he kept going with it even after Pittsburgh had us figured out on it. Seriously, throw downfield. Throw downfield, let your receivers make a play. Have some confidence in them. I mean, you know Floyd can do it, you know Jones can do it, you know Riddick can do it, and you know that we definitely know that Tyler Eifert can do it. I mean, he was the player of the game, in my opinion, last week. Came up big on the touchdown, the 2-point conversion. That whole basically he was that whole last drive. So basically, what it comes down to is play the game that we know how to play. Play to that potential that we know is there. And for the love of God, protect the football. Okay, granted, we have gotten better each game. You know, the turnovers have gone down. But still, we only had 2 last week against Pittsburgh, but still, those 2 turnovers almost killed us. We almost lost that game because of them. And just thank God our defense was able to step up when they did. You know, they won that game for us. But honestly, what I'm getting at is with our offense, there's no reason why we shouldn't be putting teams away. But, you know, because of our mistakes, our foolish penalties, we've let teams stick around, and we've suffered the consequences for it. Which is why we're at a 2-2 record right now. And not speaking from as a biased Notre Dame fan, just by how it's been, we should be a 4-0 team right now. But, you know, give me all the flack you guys want for that, but I'm just stating it as how I've seen it, and it's a fact. So, my prediction for tomorrow night: if we can protect the football and not make these silly mistakes and these silly penalties, then I like our chances of winning this game big. But, you know, if we're gonna dilly-daddle around, let teams hang around and, you know, commit these silly turnovers, then it's going to be a long night for us. But really, I don't know if I can make a fair prediction right now, because just the inconsistency it's been ridiculous this year, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I will say this: if we don't win this game big, I will be very disappointed. But whatever, as long as we win, that's fine. But I really will be disappointed if we don't win this game big, because we have the talent there to do so. So we have to start using it. But really, the main question is this: which Notre Dame team will show up tomorrow night? You know, that's all there is to it. And I hope it's the Notre Dame team that can put teams away, protect the football, and just go to town. And also, on a little side note, I had one of my regular viewers ask me this question on a comment, and he asked me, Sean, you know, judging by that last drive against Pittsburgh last week, when we took the lead on Tyler Eifert's touchdown, we were in a constant high-paced tempo, no-huddle offense. What would you think about us running that all the time? Well, you know what? I'm going to share this answer with everybody. I forget who the user was. I forgot your screen name. I apologize. But here's what I said to him. I like that idea. Now, granted, you can't go to a high, fast-paced tempo offense, no huddle every single possession, but I wouldn't mind seeing it run more often. You know, why not? It really seemed to work last week in that final drive. I mean, Tommy Rees was 8 of 8. You know, we kept Pittsburgh off balance, and yeah, I'd definitely like to see it used more, but we'll see what happens. So, with that, guys, this is ND Sean 45. Go Irish, take care of business, and I will catch you guys for the recap.